Hello there, everybody. Good day to you. Good day. My name is Patricio Honoris, and I'd like to present to you a vision of a future hospitality establishment in Australia. The name of the establishment is Jupiter Holistic Wellness. I will explain to you throughout the presentation the nature behind the logo, the beach at the top right-hand corner, and the lavender fields. But it's a place where people can come and eat, they can play, and they can also stay. Uh, it's essentially located on 1 hectare of land, 2 to 4 kilometers from the beach. And it's in the mid-north coast of New South Wales in Australia. And specifically, it's in Coffs Harbour, which is a wonderful area of the mid-north coast. Now, as is customary here in Australia, I would like to begin the presentation of this vision by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land where I am today and where this project, where this establishment would take place. And that's the Gumbaynggirr people. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. And I do offer my respects to the Gumbaynggirr people, to their elders, past and present. I do also extend that respect to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people that may ever view this presentation. And I do invite anybody right now viewing this presentation to take a breath and acknowledge with respect the Gumbaynggirr people. Thank you. Let's move ahead and start taking a look at Jupiter Holistic Wellness. Jupiter Holistic Wellness, as I mentioned earlier, is a place where you can come eat, play, and stay. It's located on a massive plot of land, 2 to 4 kilometers from the beach. It's a place where you come by and you just feel good. Yeah. It's a holistic wellness facility that offers a plant-based cafe. It's got holistic wellness activities that support the spirit, support the mind, support your physical body as well. It's a place that emanates just good. It's a place that does good for the community. It's a place that does good for the locals, for the people around. And yeah, it's just a place where you come to feel good. There's entertainment. You're going to see now what Jupiter Holistic Wellness is. But again, it's mainly a place where you just come and you feel good. Here we go. First and foremost, I'd like to go ahead and inform that Jupiter Holistic Wellness does not yet exist. Certain online platforms are available, like a website, Facebook, Twitter. I'm not sure why there's an error. Maybe Donald Trump has something to do with it. Yeah, just kidding. MySpace, not sure who still uses that. Pinterest, etc. But the importance and the purpose of Jupiter Holistic Wellness. First of all, what is the problem? The problem is that COVID-19 is creating a crisis, a global health crisis. And by doing that, it's really elevated the importance of health, really made people prioritize and look at their health, maybe like they never have before. Jupiter Holistic Wellness, referred to as Jupiter, addresses this problem. Now, for anybody that might be wondering, what is holistic wellness? What is holistic health? What's the difference between health and holistic health? A holistic health approach looks at the whole person. Instead of just certain parts of the body, it looks at the whole person. And that encompasses physical, emotional, very important, social and spiritual well-being. And these are all things that Jupiter Holistic Wellness will look at encompassing. And I'll tell you the importance, I'll tell you the meaning behind the name, the colors, the logo, everything in a few moments' time. Jupiter offers holistic wellness at an affordable price. with accommodation, activities, a plant-based eatery, and alternative medicine practitioners. We're going to talk about all of that stuff. I'm going to show you. Here we go. What are the key points of this establishment? The value proposition and the unfair advantage. First and foremost, there will be an array of entertainment. There's going to be activities consisting of dance, holistic health services, stress management, whole-based cafes. We're going to be having plant-based dining, lavender pastures, phone-free zones. Let me explain all that. Actually, let me go back and go step by step. I'll explain the importance of that demographic and that photo right there, of that demographic practicing meditation. These are the actual domes that are the plan for, really. These are the actual domes. This is from a company called Gaia. They make aircrete domes in Hawaii. Each one of them costs approximately $10,000 US. They're eco-friendly, fireproof, weatherproof. I'll get into that during the crisis management section of this presentation. But they've got a very rural elegance to them. Plant-based eatery, plant-based cafe, whole foods, 2 to 4 kilometers from the beach, entertainment, lifestyle activities. Oh, the lodging, by the way, and accommodation is not just, those domes. There's also, because there's a massive field of lavender pastures, people will be invited to come and camp amongst all that beautiful healing lavender, under the sky, under the energy of the stars. All kinds of nighttime activities, music as well, live music, disc jockeys, music provided for dancing, which is healing as well. Lavender pastures, as it says right here. Phone-free zones. I should have put signal-free zones, because while we do encourage you to have your smartphone around, take pictures, take photos, videos, voice recordings of whatever you like, you're more than welcome to. But what we do encourage is for you to disconnect from anything that's going on outside of Jupiter Holistic Wellness. Wellness. Connect with what's going on where you are. It'll help you be present. There will be signal-free zones in the entire establishment, so that you can connect with yourself. And we will be practicing combined your values, one of them being sharing. We encourage sharing of health practices, sharing of fitness practices. We're going to be having dance fitness available as well. Now the history behind the name. I'm a massive fan of astrology. I don't know if you are as well. I wish I had an audience, actually, people I was speaking to that I knew who I was speaking to, but hey, whatever, if you are or not. Astrology. The planet in astrology, the planet Jupiter is a strong planet in astrology with influence. Listen to this, let's read it together. With influence on the success of activities, teaching to set goals and pursue them, making us passionate about taking care of ourselves. This planet inspires to move in the direction of success. Success about being passionate about taking care of ourselves. That's the essence of this entire place. Jupiter signifies in astrology abundance, growth, and expansion. So that's what we want to happen in Jupiter, is the growth and abundance and expansion of your health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, your physical health as well. Of course, important. Take a look at the representation of Jupiter right here. That is how Jupiter is usually represented. I'm going to come back to it in a few moments' time. We continue with the history now. Why holistic health? The healthcare industry, the traditional Western healthcare industry, it's proficient at treating pain through synthetic medication. It does a fantastic job of that. What Jupiter Holistic Wellness is looking to do is supplement this by bringing practices to people, activities, tools that they can use to maintain health, not just take care of sickness and ailments, but also to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Jupiter's mission is to provide guests holistic tools that supplement their physical, emotional, and spiritual strength. Now the logo represents the planet Jupiter upside down, signifying perspective. For anybody that's familiar with Jupiter, that's always how it's presented to us, with this somewhat eye, which is actually a big, massive red storm that's going on in the planet, with this part at the bottom of the planet. However, when you're in space and there's no gravity, there's no north, south, east, west. It's your own compass. If you were to be floating out in space and you approach Jupiter, nobody says that when you approach it, that's exactly how it's going to look. It could look completely flipped. Doesn't matter. I don't know. But that's what Jupiter Holistic Wellness invites its guests to do, is to change their perspective on their health. The purple signify, the beach ball and umbrella represent recreation. Feedback that I received on this logo is that it felt very beachy, felt like a beach club because of the ocean, the sky, the sun, the umbrella right here, the hoop of the umbrella, and then felt like a beach ball. That's intentional. It's meant to make holistic wellness seem fun, seem beachy, seem recreational. It's meant to make it attractive and sexy and like a beach club. Come on by and participate in all these different activities that incorporate holistic wellness. Let's take a look at the gap. We're halfway through our presentation now, at least through the slides, so we're going to get moving. The gap, specifically in the economy and the tourism. Coffs Harbour, by the way, is the main GDP contributor to the entire mid-north coast. The top visitors to the area are millennials, and their main interest is health and experiences. And that's something that Jupiter Holistic Wellness aims to do, is to offer health and experiences. So millennials, who are already the main visitor segment to this area, are interested in. And the tables on the left-hand side, nope, not just yet. There is an active accommodation infrastructure already existing here in Coffs Harbour. However, there is no accommodation featuring health. The competition, as you can see, in this table and in this table, are 2-star motels all the way to 4-star resorts. The reason they are the competition is because they are in the $150 to $200 per night price frame. That's where Jupiter Holistic Wellness would be, is in that price frame right there, price range. And the top industry, here's another gap right here. The top industry is health services. So it already exists. There's already an interest in health. However, there's no big offering of alternative health. It does exist, as it says right here. There is an interest in alternative medicine, but it's scattered. There's random little pockets of alternative medicine practitioners, and what's missing, there's no concentrated offering, meaning there's no big event, there's no exhibition showing all these different alternative medicine practices. Now let's talk about our target demographic. We mentioned them a few moments ago. We're going to come back to them right now. Millennials. Coffs Harbour functions on seasonality. 54% of the visitors to Coffs Harbour are on holiday. 70% of the visitors are domestic, meaning this area does not depend on international visitation. Most of them of which are millennials who prioritize health and experiences, as we saw a few moments ago. So that's a target demographic. But another thing, the main age bracket in Coffs Harbour are seniors, elders, and they already are involved in all kinds of health services. So it's supplementing their health practices with more holistic health practices. It's not taking them away from what they're already practicing. It's supplementing for them to have a more holistic approach to their health. However, yes, they are a big representation because their health is delicate and sensitive. However, the youth as well as a target demographic, and the reason for it is because they're developing health patterns. They're still starting their health patterns, and it's a good way to kind of set in stone what they will maintain for the rest of their life in terms of health patterns. Another target demographic, fit conscious individuals due to their fitness, the fitness availability that Jupiter Holistic Wellness will have. And because of the stress management activities that will be offered, stressed individuals as well. That was originally reading professionals, but it's not just professionals that experience stress. It's academics, students, expecting mothers, anybody experiences stress. So it's quite a wide range of demographic. Staffing. This is the organizational chart for Jupiter Holistic Wellness. The top you see right here, co-founder. Now there are people, this is an actual establishment that is getting planned to get prepared now. And there are some personalities identified in the participation and creation of this place. Co-founder and owner, and I'll elaborate more on each one of the positions in the next slide. Co-founder and owner, 3 of the people that report to them, the business developer, the chef de cuisine, and the property manager as well, who also serves as the wellness host. The business developer will have the lawyer and the accountant. Their importance and their staffing structure will be explained in the next slide. But they report directly to the business developer. The sous chef, of course, reporting to the chef de cuisine. And these contracted positions, these are full-time, by the way. These contracted positions right here, COVID-19 marshal, housekeeper, and groundskeeper, they report directly to the property manager. And all these alternative health practitioners, they will report directly to the wellness host, also the property manager. It's the same person. So electrical freedom tapping, yoga practitioner, fitness practitioner, bodywork practitioner, breath work, meditation, energy healer, Reiki, etc., shamanic work. These are some of the modalities, by the way, some of the modalities that will be offered at this wonderful hospitality establishment, Jupiter Holistic Health. Holistic Wellness, sorry. Let's just refer to it as Jupiter. Anyways, further details on the staffing, the skills required. As you see right here for the full-time staff, skilled in investment, the business developer, skilled in investing, engineering, and Internet of Things. They report directly to the owner. The chef de cuisine, they're skilled in healing modalities and entrepreneurship, and they are just gifted in culinary arts. They are, but I forgot to put that, my mistake. Property manager is skilled in hotel operations, in entertainment and hospitality management, also reports directly to the owner. The permanent part-time contractors will be the accountant. They are recruited through professional references such as LinkedIn or Indeed or Seek. They do need to have an established professional background, and they'll be maintaining the profit and loss documentation, skilled in bookkeeping. The lawyer, also recruited through those professional services. They'll have a background in, ideally, human resources. They'll report to the business developer, both of them. And the sous chef will be recruited as well through professional services. But let's take a look at the contracted individuals. There's operations and there's wellness. Operations includes the groundskeeper, the COVID-19 marshal, and the housekeeper. They're recruited using community reference, the local community. They're required to have experience in engineering and managing facilities. That's the groundskeeper. The COVID-19 marshal should have some professional, distracted by yellow here, but they'll be recruited through professional reference to maintain the COVID-19 social distancing and hygiene protocols. And the housekeeper, also recruited through community reference, and they'll be maintaining the aesthetic appeal of the accommodation domes and campsites. And of course, all these wellness practitioners, of which some do already exist. You see Olivia Ferrari, Sigrid Boyle. You can make reference to all their websites right there. These are actual practitioners that exist, and they do practice these different modalities. Now, sourcing the goods and the materials. The construction is the #2 industry in Coffs Harbour, so there's already an infrastructure for that. Local sourcing will reduce the fumes of transportation of trucks, etc. And a sourcing of the domes, as I mentioned, the accommodation domes, those are going to be coming all the way from Hawaii. However, they are low cost, they're ecological, they're water resistant, pest proof, safe material, and they are also fireproof. Solar panels, we will be working with eConnect Solar, which is up in Byron Bay. They're going to be providing the solar panel needs for standard needs in the property. This is a renewable energy. We'll also be liaising with local farmers to sustain culinary options to support the community. And there, of course, the plant-based dining supports the environment, less methane gas going out into the atmosphere. And of course, local residents do receive a discount in all kinds of services. That's a pillar of sustainability, is to take care as well of the community. And when it comes to the communication, specifically the online communication will be handled by the business developer. Now, the business developer is going to be taking care of everything that's going to be in regards to the website, all the bookings on the website. They'll be taking care of the online representation of the facility. They'll be handling the Facebook website, Facebook Marketplace to sell the activities, Instagram using to promote videos, YouTube as well, Eventbrite used to sell the events and promote the events, And of course, liaising with online travel agencies such as Kayak, TripAdvisor, Expedia, etc. And the property manager, given their experience in hospitality, that's me, their experience in hospitality, sales, customer service, management, and events, they will handle the in-person and on-the-phone feedback. They also handle in-person community dialogue to create cross-promotions with the local community. And of course, one thing that's a big important factor of this place is that it's controlled scaling. It's not looking to become a massive chain over the course of time. It's actually looking to maintain its size over time. And more than anything, prioritize the community. If we get a lot of demand from tourists and people from outside, we will put in practice certain promotions that will give priority to the local residents. That's our way of giving back to the community, because it is about the local residents, of which the great majority are seniors. Moving on, crisis management. My experience on cruise ships and a lot of crisis management is what brought to the attention this right here: the essential duties for staff to execute. All staff will be trained in essential duties. They'll have crowd management in case of fire, flood, or emergency. The wellness staff will be provided with basic first aid training. The training will be provided to exercise a calm response in emergencies, and also how to intelligently manage guest emotions. This will also enhance the staff and confidence during an emergency. In terms of environmental, social, cultural, and economic crises, environmental bushfires, basic firefighting will be taught to the staff, such as different practices such as the pass technique, which is pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze, and sweep. Basic things like that. More environmental things like storms, the domes, they are weatherproof. We'll have irrigation channels as well to try to avoid floods. In case of droughts, there will just be a reduced offering of the product in terms of vegetation and the plant-based cafe. Social, cultural, and economic crisis management. COVID-19 recreation would be able to go online. And of course, it is an affordable establishment at the end of the day. So anytime that there is an economic crisis, the main products and services that get affected are the high-end luxury ones. Whereas if you have your more attainable services and products, those don't suffer as much just because of their affordability factor. And just before we finish right here, this lean canvas right here is basically just the entire presentation the entire idea put into one screen. And part of what the hotel school presentation required was the problem solution, the channels and customer segments. What is in this slightly purple hue right here, that is extra additional items that were also included in the presentation, but just as a supplement. But to conclude and to give the final note on Jupiter Holistic Wellness, COVID-19 is disrupting health. It's disrupting community and tourism. It's disrupting a lot of things, but of course, included in all of that, events, entertainment, and travel. Jupiter addresses these disrupted elements because it innovates the cruise ship business model by bringing it to land. And it combines accommodation and entertainment to revolve around holistic health, making wellness accessible to many people. And I know it's a little bit, you see right here, a little bit of a kind of an elementary presentation in the background. I'll explain shortly what that's about. Important references to note, very helpful references. A lot of governmental references as well. And of course, where it all started. Back in October, I was invited to make a sketch of this entire, October of 2020, I was invited to make a sketch of this entire hospitality establishment. There's the music and the dancing that we were referring to. There's little lodges that work on breath work, meditation, yoga is offered. Everybody's happy. This little guy's having a good time. Close to the beach, you got to have some surf, of course. There's theta healing involved. There's people walking around, meeting. There's love all over the place. Plant-based cafe, the main lodge right here, waterfalls. It's all good. Thank you for your time. Thank you for paying attention.